Sam Hayne continued his remarkable debut season by recording his maiden double hundred as Warwickshire closed in on a comprehensive victory over Northamptonshire, one which may not be enough to lift the LV County Championship trophy, but will go a long way to confirming a second place finish. All eyes were on the 19-year-old Hayne, who began the day by advancing from his overnight 148 to his first ever 150, one which had occupied 246 balls, from which the youngster had hit 24s and won 6. He and Jonathan Trott came out at the start of the third morning, having already put on 271 runs for the fourth wicket to take their team on to 413 for 3 for a lead of 140. With bags of time left in this match, there was the possibility of many more runs from these two as well, and they did not disappoint. Well, that's unless you happen to be bowling at them anyway. Yet more boundaries were forthcoming as their partnership moved into the 300s, and already some were counting down the runs to see if they could even surpass Alvin Kallicharran and Jeff Humpage's ridiculous record for the best fourth wicket partnership for Warwickshire of 470, made against Lancashire back in the golden days of the early 80s. The way the ball was coming off the bat, that seemed eminently possible. Trott was at his 150 50 minutes into the day, having resumed on 128. He's arrived off 269 deliveries, an innings including 19 fours and 1 6. By this stage, Northamptonshire, again missing David Willey with a back problem, had gone 83 overs without a wicket, and the way it was looking, it may be a while longer before they got another sniff of one. Next up was a maiden double hundred for Hayne, and what a moment this must have been for the incredibly talented youngster. It came with a typically well-timed flick off his legs for a single, which took him to his mark off 326 balls. 24 fours and 1 6 have been found in that, for a kid who only turned 19 in July and who's represented Australia at under 19 level. He became the youngest ever Warwickshire player to score 200 and the third youngest in the history of the county game. Then, after 99 overs of trying, Northants finally broke through as Trott mistimed a drive off Hall and found James Kettleborough in the deep to go for 164, bringing an end to the partnership on 360 and Trott's knock after 7.5 hours. Having secured maximum bonus points just to give Yorkshire something to think about if they are held up by Nottinghamshire, Warwickshire were now after quick runs, and Tim Ambrose was dropped at slip by Andrew Hall. Hayne was out for 208, bowled behind his legs on the sweep to James Middlebrook to bring an end to an innings which had lasted for 6.5 hours and 337 balls. Middlebrook picked up some cheap wickets at the end. Ambrose stumped off him for 18, before Chris Wokes was LBW for a single as he missed a slog sweep. Neil Wagner then took a simple return catch to get shot of Ricky Clark for 18, leaving it to Jitan Patel to come out for a hit, here smashing Middlebrook down the ground for a 6. Middlebrook ended with 5 for 124 from 47 overs when Keith Barker was stumped by Adam Rossington, and then the declaration came with Warwickshire on 573 for 9. They had a lead of 300 and soon had Northamptonshire in big trouble. On 4, Stephen Peters was bang in front to Wokes, who then celebrated his England Central contract by ripping out Kyle Kurtz's off stump for 5 to leave the visitors on 34 for 2 and facing an 11th defeat from 14 LV County Championship games this summer. They came out for the final session of this day on 53 for 2 and were soon 3 down as James Kettleborough nicked Patel to Clark to go for 25. That left the visitors on 55 for 3, and Warwickshire may have even fancied their chances of winning this game with a day to spare. But Rossington, who again looked good in the middle order, and Rob Keogh batted through the next 9 overs in adding 36 more runs to the total and just about ensure that this match will go into a 4th day, even though an innings win appears to be assured for the home team. Keogh had been at the crease for nearly an hour and a half when he went fishing at this ball from Barker and nicked off on 26 with his side now on 91 for 4, 209 runs behind. Rossington, though, kept on playing his natural attacking game and hit Patel over the top for a 6. And he also played several other fine shots in partnership with Middlebrook, this pair batting through 11 more overs to take the total to 127, Rossington for the second time in the match getting to 44. But again, he was out on that score, Hayne proving also that he is a very good short leg fielder. Patel, the successful bowler, with his 54th wicket of another very good campaign. There were 6 overs left in the day, and the in-form Ben Duckett saw them out with Middlebrook, although not without a big moment of drama. Right at the end of the day, it looked as if Middlebrook had given Patel yet another wicket at short leg, and the Warwickshire fielders were left in disbelief when the umpire failed to raise his finger. So Middlebrook survived to see another day and will go again on 18 with Duckett on 14, made out of a total of 149 for 5. The treble then is still on, even if it is now highly unlikely, with Yorkshire needing just 5 more wickets on the last day at Trent Bridge. Whatever happens, it has still been a remarkable summer on all fronts for the boys from Birmingham.